The Labour Party cheat in the latest vote, and we expose the fake news coming out of Sir Keir Starmer's office. Hello everyone and welcome to the second video of the day. Who would have thought that the Labour Party would cheat in a vote? Who would have thought that lefties would try to find ways to get around democracy and parliamentary procedure in 2021? Oh, actually, that's quite normal these days, isn't it? Let's talk about what's been happening in the last couple of days in Parliament on the issue of universal credits, or the benefit system in the UK, in case you're watching from abroad. Basically, the Labour Party tabled an Opposition Day debate, which again I'm going to explain in case you don't know. These are non-binding, it won't change policies, just a debate discussion to get the mood of the House of Commons. It's a tool to be used to show that you believe in virtual signalling. For example, on universal credits, the Labour Party tweeted that the Tories decided to cut support for struggling families, 6 million families, by not voting for this. And in reality, again, it's something that if you vote for it, that means you're such a good person. If you vote against it, you're evil. Now, again, to explain exactly what an opposition day is, these are days allocated in the House of Commons to the opposition party to be able to table discussions. As I said, these are non-binding, it won't change policy, it's not really on any bill, it's simply, in that sense, it's simply there to get the mood in the House of Commons. Now, the problem is that Labour wanted to force the Tories to vote against it, just like last time with the free school meals. So the mainstream media will go out there and say the Tories voted against this. How dare they? They even tried to do this thing. So they started going on Twitter and tweeting at each individual Tory MPs from Dudley North to Stoke Central, like basically targeting them individually, like Stoke North, to say that these MPs didn't vote for our motion. They are evil. They don't care. Again, as you can see, they went through a lot of effort. But this time, Boris Johnson was quite smart for once, considering that Captain Abstention, Sir Keir Starmer, has been abstaining on a number of votes, left, right, and centre, just to use it as a political game. This time, Boris decided to not fall for it. What we had was we have a leaked WhatsApp message in a WhatsApp group of Tory MPs. Boris Johnson tweeted, WhatsApp this to everyone, saying that I know that many of you are thirsting to give battle and vote against all Labour motions, but after the shameful way in which they used their army of momentum trolls last time to misrepresent the outcome and to lie about its meaning, and frankly to intimidate and threaten colleagues, especially female colleagues, I have decided not to give them that opportunity. We can be proud of what we are doing to tackle all the consequences of the pandemic, and if Labour decides to stop playing politics and inciting hatred and all that, we might change our mind and actually play ball. So the outcome of the vote was this: 278 voted for it. No one voted against it. So the media can't use it against the Tories, saying that, oh look, they voted against struggling families, how dare they? We are going to explain exactly the policy as well, what the reality of that is. But let's talk about how Labour actually broke the parliamentary rules to cheat in this vote. So before MPs go to vote, the Speaker of the House will absolutely table the motion and say that, are you going to be voting for or against? And one side will go aye or no. If it is split, then they will call for division and then they go to vote. If everyone just says aye, then there's no division. There's no point in having a vote. Labour MPs, 3 of them at least, while wearing face masks to hide, they actually shouted no.
The question is the opposition motion as on the order paper. As many as are of that opinion say aye. Aye. Of the contrary, no. No. Aye. Division, clear the lobby.
Yes, and then straight after the vote, Will Ragg, one of the Tory MPs, spotted those MPs and decided to expose them.
I was concerned at the calling of that division, Madam Deputy Speaker, that the advent of face masks in this chamber may have disguised a member or two of the opposition whip's office of also shouting their opposition to their own motion, thus rendering redundant the idea that your vote should follow the voice.
Yeah, so that's kind of embarrassing. And right now, a number of them are now in trouble. Actually, one specific MP, one of the part of the whip's office in the Labour Party, is in trouble. So we have Jill Furness, John Speller, and Alan Campbell. So these were at least the 3 MPs who decided to shout no and then go to the lobby and actually vote yes. That's not allowed. That's not legal. That, they've just broken the parliamentary rules. This has been exposed. One of the Tory MPs, Tom Hunt, decided to write to the office of the Speaker of the Commons to actually complain about this, saying that, "Dear Sir Lindsay, I'm writing to you about the disorderly conduct of some Labour whips in the House yesterday, particularly that of Alan Campbell." Now, Jill Furness, John Speller and Alan Campbell all voted no by acclamation in order to force a division. While Jill Furness and John Speller did not then vote, Alan Campbell did vote aye. So again, according to paragraph 20.61, MPs cannot shout one way and vote another, and that if their voices and their votes should be at variance, their voice will bind the vote. So technically, the number of no's that we had should have been at least, at least one, because Alan Campbell did vote aye. So it should have been at least one. And no one in the House authorities actually tried to investigate initially. You could tell. What happened to the no's? People shouted no. So this has been happening, and it's kind of embarrassing. But on this issue of the whole policy, what are the facts? Because we had another Tory MP, Ben Everett, making a very good video and explaining that, these motions are like meaningless, and we are already giving a lot of money. The whole policy, because there has been support that it's going to go until March. There hasn't been any decision made by the government to either extend the support on benefits or cancel it or whatever. This is down to the next budget, which is in March. So we haven't actually made the decision yet.
And Labour are scaremongering again, playing on people's emotions. They're saying that universal credit is going to be cut by £20. Now, leaving aside the staggering hypocrisy of that position, because it's actually Labour's position to abolish universal credit altogether, leaving that aside, there was a temporary £20 uplift. It is still going. It's to support people during the crisis. There's been no decision on whether to extend this temporary additional amount or to phase it out or replace it for something else. No decision. That will happen in March in the budget, with a whole range of other measures to support people and our economy as it should be.
Yeah, it's been an absolutely chaotic couple of days in Parliament, and the mainstream media, at least this time, weren't able to completely go against facts and reality. But, speaking of propaganda, did you guys know that we only have 24 hours left, less than 24 hours now, to sell the NHS to Donald Trump? Because tomorrow is Inauguration Day, and the Labour Party have been going around for years saying that, the Tories are going to sell the NHS to Donald Trump. We have 48 hours to save the NHS. We have 2 weeks to save the NHS. But now we have less than 24 hours to sell the NHS. And so this has been another campaign that was based on lies and propaganda. But, for Boris Johnson, if you don't have enough time to sell it to to Donald Trump, it's okay, because Joe Biden's coming. And actually, Joe Biden is coming to Cornwall very soon to have a meeting with the Prime Minister. You can sell the NHS to him, maybe. Keep the Labour Party happy with their campaigns of lies and deceit. So this has been one of the weirdest things that we've had in Westminster politics. A lot of people who just watch the mainstream media aren't really aware of what are the actual facts about these sort of issues. For example, when Jeremy Corbyn was going around saying that we should basically nationalise the internet, we should give free internet to everyone, The Guardian posted this article recently about how free fast broadband offered in the UK to support homeschooling. A lot of people on the left decided to tweet and post this the headline on social media, claiming victory, saying that, so when Jeremy Corbyn wanted to do this, that was evil, but now the Tories are doing it. The government is involved. What are the facts? Is it actually the Tory government doing this? Or is it the free market actually doing it? Basically, the reality is that broadband and mobile companies have answered a call to do more to support students struggling with connectivity during the lockdown. Now, biggest companies, including BT, EE, Vodafone, Sky, Virgin, everyone, O2, decided to launch this initiative to offer free data and internet packages to help children across the online learning tools. So they worked with local authorities on a local level to actually provide this. So Socialists wanted to nationalise the internet so that bureaucrats in Whitehall run the internet, a private industry. And what was the actual solution and answer? The free market provides. As usual, on a voluntary basis, they've decided to introduce this initiative during the lockdown and work with local authorities. This is true localism and free market capitalism in action. Let's be proud of our conservative values against these socialist nutters. So that's the latest that we have to expose the left on this channel. If you like this content and want to see us expose more of the lefties, including Nicola Sturgeon and Sadiq Khan, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to get more out of this channel, then feel free to become a member. You can become a member by clicking on the link in the description. You get a lot of perks and benefits, including weekly Q&As, video podcasts, and also weekly video calls with me. Actually, Wednesdays we do the calls. So tomorrow we have our next Zoom video call. If you don't want to show your face, you could just do audio. You don't have to do video. But yeah, check out the link in the description, or just go on youtube.com/myitc/join. The join button should be under the videos as well. And thanks again for watching on MyITC, and I'll see you guys in the next video.